Good afternoon, world. It is moments past noon in Waxahachie, Texas, deep, deep, deep in the heart of the Lone Star State. And today is the 19th of March, and it's episode number 129 of Grit and Good News. And I'm Jeffrey Lynch, your co host, proudly working the board as our man, Sam Brooks, to my right, my friend, your friend, man about town, always has an opinion, Scott Brooks.
Hey, brother, thank you. Add bald Nazi to that. I got somebody reached out to me the other day, and
You
the
talked about
first
that,
did
yeah,
we talk about that the other day?
last week, and then you took off your hat to validate
Oh,
your
that's right.
baldness.
Yeah, the first thing he
Let's
says
see the
is
baldness again.
bald Nazi. I'm thinking, well, that's a great way to start a conversation. Like
Oh,
you want to
well,
see
it
it? Yeah,
won't
there
be,
you
wouldn't be me. No,
go.
sir.
Oh, shiny.
Wouldn't that be me?
I mean,
No, sir.
I look at guys that have. Question is, by example, would I rather be short and a full head of hair, or taller and this? I think I would choose this. Anyway, I do. My wife gets tired of me saying, "Oh man, he's got a nice head of hair." On everything we watch, from Wheel of Fortune to our series.
Well, that
Uh,
guy has gotten gaunt in the face.
oh, Ryan, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's just his diet stuff. That yeah, you know what? I like the guy. I do.
You know what? I've never been a fan of that show, but I like him more than I
I do
used to,
too. Yeah, I bet he's better than Pat Sajak. Anyway, we digress. But
as we do.
thank you for being here. It is Thursday of March. Almost said August. Oh, March the 19th. Very nice out there. Hello, Tammy. Thank you for being here. Oh, I'm thrilled to make you laugh, and you make me laugh. There's a story about Tammy and a nude beach that I'm not going to go into here. But anyway, um, thank you for being here. We do the show every Tuesday and Thursday, noon to 1 o'clock, and talk about a ton of things. Today, we've got a bunch of stuff. I just took my throat stuff that helps you not lose your voice during the show, and because I just think I'm not going to shut up today, other than when y'all are talking, which I hope it's a lot. So again, a lot of things to do. We start our show, every show, with Sammy going out and finding the number of athletes in all the major sports that correspond with the episode number of our show. It's 129, as Jeff just told you. So we'll use number 29. So Sammy, starting with football, as
Yep,
always.
starting with football.
Football would be, let me see, I don't even know, but 29, and not Eric Dickerson.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Eric Dickerson for the Rams.
Booyah. You know where he played college?
Alabama.
SMU,
Oh,
Pony
wow.
Express,
Oh, yeah.
along with
Dalton James gang. Dalton and James gang,
no,
but that was after
who
him.
was the other great running back?
Yeah, Craig James.
Craig James. Yeah.
Was he in the era where SMU went through that whole?
Yes.
He
Yeah,
was.
well, I think it was after him.
What did they call that?
Death penalty
Death
or
penalty, yeah.
something. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
ugly.
They've never gone that harsh on anybody since.
Yeah, no.
All right, next one I got Ken Houston. He wore it for the Oilers.
Yeah.
Earl Thomas for
Okay.
the Seahawks.
Okay. Yeah.
Harold Jackson for the Rams. Albert Lewis for the Chiefs. Sam Madison for the Giants.
Dang.
And we should know these two. We got DeMarco Murray.
Oh yeah, Bama.
And then
Cowboys.
And then Eric Berry, the Chiefs,
Yeah.
I think safety or cornerback that had cancer and came back.
Yeah, I remember.
All right, NBA, we have one dude. I'm not even going to let you guess because I know y'all have no idea who this is unless you do, Dad.
And basketball?
Yeah, I have one dude on here.
Who?
His name is Purvis Ellison.
Yeah, he played for North Carolina.
Yeah,
What a great name.
Yeah, he was number 1 overall pick in '89, and he was 1992 most improved. That's the only one I got.
He has arms that are about 14 feet long. Okay,
right.
cool.
Yeah,
Then
MLB.
baseball, I can. Oh, did Jonah Heim wear? No, he wore 28, but he wouldn't be on that list anyway. He's with the Braves now, or the minor league system.
Yeah, you should know one for the Rangers.
Oh yeah, Adrian Beltre.
Adrian Beltre.
Yeah.
I'll start.
Don't touch that head.
Yeah, don't.
I'll start with Rod Carew for the Twins.
Yep.
7-time batting champion.
He had that funny bent over stance.
And when he did, he had a big old straw in his front cheek, and people asked him why. He said, "It pulls that eye back, and I get a better view of the ball."
Whatever works for you. Look at Tammy; she knows her stuff.
All right, John Smoltz for the Braves.
Yep.
Mickey Lolich.
Yeah.
Pitcher for the Tigers, and then Ken Singleton.
Yeah.
For the Orioles.
Yeah, those are good ones.
All right, NHL.
You should be
McKinnon.
able to get most of these right.
McKinnon.
I don't have. Oh yeah, I do. Nathan
Colorado
McKinnon.
Avalanche.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
did the
yeah.
Stars beat last night?
Oh,
2-1
they beat
in
him.
shootout.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, I'll start with Ken Dryden
Yeah.
for the Canadians.
6 cups. This is a big goalie number.
Yeah, that's a good number.
And I don't.
Oh yeah, Ottinger.
29.
Ottinger
Yeah.
on the
Oh, he
Stars.
wears.
He
I
wears
didn't get
29.
him.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. All right, Mark Andre Fleury.
My
Right.
man, my
And
favorite
his
NHL.
nickname is the
The
Flower. And the weird deal there, I refer to him in one of my hockey poems as a goalie with a hyphen. When you see a hyphen name, it's usually a double ass name. But in this case, it's Mark hyphen Andre. It's a hyphenated first name. You never see that.
Interesting.
I think there's one in
He's my
NBA.
favorite hockey player of all time. Anyway, go ahead.
The
All right,
Flower.
you got Nathan McKinnon,
Yeah.
Leon Draisaitl,
Dry saddle.
Yeah,
Draisaitl.
for
But you know,
Edmonton.
I looked on that. He wore that early. I don't think he still wears it.
Yeah, he might not. Some of these guys were, just
Yeah.
early in the career. Jason Pominville
Yep.
for the Sabres.
Sabres, yeah.
And he wore the C for him.
Felix Potvin
A
Yeah.
cat.
for the Maple Leafs.
A cat.
And then I end with an American name, Brock Nelson for the Islanders. I think he still plays there.
And you forgot
Who? Who?
Brock Nelson.
Don't know
USA
it.
as it gets for
wasn't
hockey.
that uh
I don't know.
it was I think he was on the Olympic team.
I don't know.
That's it.
You forgot Mike Vernon got a cut for Calgary. But it's a big goalie number. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that number. All right, we do have a lot to talk about today. Let's talk about the lighter stuff first. We have WBC results, World Baseball Classic, the champ, Venezuela. It was the bottom of the 8th. America's down, USA's down 2-0. Bryce Harper hits a 2-run homer, going to the top of the 9th, or anyway, it was their, yeah, that's what it was, top of the 9th, and they score on a hit and make it 3-2, and we couldn't score a run in the bottom of the 9th. So great event. Man, the rest of the world, we do too, but the rest of the world really, really loves those things.
There's controversy over manager overuse of pitchers for Venezuela and agreements that were supposedly made about how much we let pitchers be used. And Venezuela has been a little bit
Yeah, well,
skirting on
they'll
that.
get over it. I mean, those players want to win.
Hey,
I'm sure
they got
if
the
I'm a
championship.
pitcher, I'm like, put me in, coach.
Yeah.
And then we have March Madness that's going on right now. So real quick, let's do our thing so we can get it out of the way. We did our first round the other day, and those games just started. Some of them I have on my TV right now is Ohio State and TCU. So let's do this. We chose Duke to end up playing TCU. Who do we think will win Duke TCU?
I have Duke.
Duke.
I'd
Is
go
that good
Duke.
with you?
I'd go Duke. Yeah.
St. John's, Kansas.
Kansas.
St.
Oh,
John's.
St. John's. So Jeff, K, Kansas, Jeff, St. John's boys. Louisville, Michigan State.
I always go against the Big Ten at this point, Louisville.
I got Michigan State.
I'll make this tough.
Well, you don't.
All right,
Don't
well,
have-
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's okay.
UCLA, UConn.
Got to be the Bruins.
I got UConn
All
winning
right,
that.
well, I'm just gonna pull who I think. I put UCLA. Florida, Iowa.
Florida.
Yeah, that's what I got, Jeff. You okay
Florida.
with that? Vanderbilt, Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Ooh, that's what I got too.
I'll go Huskers also.
All right, North Carolina. Who won that game? Wait a minute.
No, they haven't played.
Oh, when do they play?
I think.
Oh, wait a minute. Why do I have?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh, it's because one of y'all picked the one of y'all picked North Carolina, and one of you picked.
Yeah, I had VCU.
All right. Well, who do you have winning this? Either against Illinois. All right. Is that what you have, Jeff?
No, I'll go against them.
All right. So who do you think's gonna win?
Whoever's playing against them.
That ain't very smart. A&M or
It's a
Houston?
little personal
I
prejudice
got
I
you.
got.
A&M, Houston.
Houston.
All right. Let's flip over here. We got Arizona, Utah.
Arizona.
Zona.
AZ. We got Wisconsin, Arkansas.
Wisconsin.
I got Arkansas, so we're going with
I'll
that.
take Arkansas.
BYU or Wait a minute, I didn't write.
Are you skipping some games out of
Texas.
this thing?
No.
No.
BYU, Texas.
BYU.
I'll go Horns.
All right. Gonzaga. Uh, Wait a minute, I did that wrong.
It's
BYU, Gonzaga.
Oh yeah, BYU and Gonzaga.
Yeah. So who do you have there?
I have
I'll
Gonzaga
go Zaga too.
Okay. Um, we have let's see, what is it? Miami,
and Purdue.
Purdue.
Yeah, Miami and Purdue.
Which one?
I got to go against the Big Ten.
I got Purdue.
I think I've messed this thing up somewhere. I missed a game.
So
Oh well, no big deal. No big
you're
deal.
assuming that Purdue beats Queens and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
don't
yeah,
play till
yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
Michigan over Howard.
Howard.
Yes.
Howard.
Yes.
Huh?
Howard. I'm going all against
You've
Big Ten.
lost your. Oh, I get it. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I get it.
Vendetta.
You need to see a counselor. Georgia Texas Tech.
I got
No, 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 no. I
Give me
got
the
this
Raiders.
messed up.
Give me the Raiders.
All right, Texas Tech. Oh, no, I'm not right. Tennessee over Virginia or Virginia.
Virginia.
Tennessee.
Oh yeah, Tennessee's in the Atlantic Coast Conference. All right, and Iowa State or Kentucky.
I'll take Iowa State.
I got Iowa State.
Iowa State is a sleeper. All right, we'll catch up on Tuesday, but we'll see how we do.
Hey,
All right.
this was intended as a tarnation, but I'm going to sneak it in right now because we're talking about hoops. And let's talk about Queens University. You know, we got 5 boroughs in New York, and Queens is one of them, right?
Yep.
Is that the Queens from New York?
But it's not, they're not from New York.
Yeah, they're from
This is Queens University, located in downtown
North Carolina.
Charlotte,
Okay.
which is known as Queen City in honor of Queen Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz, the wife of British King George III, just a couple of miles away from where the NBA Hornets play.
For
All the
the
news
point
fit to
zero
print.
zero 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 two of you out there that care about that. What's next?
You know what? When we had this
What's
show, when we
next?
had this show the other day,
What's
we didn't
next?
know anything about it. So there's this headline that the Spurs can't skip steps in titles chase, and evidently the Spurs have been relatively hot, 8-2 in the last 10. And I looked at this thing, I could not believe. Remember when Oklahoma City was great out the gate?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they won 2020.
24-1.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And now they're on a 9-1 winning streak.
Yeah.
Okay. If you put those together, they're 33-2 in those. And if you take those out of the equation in the middle part of the season,
Yeah.
they're 21-13.
Yeah. Because Shea Gilgit, whatever his name is, was hurt for a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was out, their star MVP of the league, without for that middle part.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah.
It's an odd
Yeah.
situation.
By the way, I know it's going to tick some people off, but I'm so glad Luke is not here anymore.
Yeah, he just put up 40
I
last
don't
night.
care.
Well,
He could put up 400.
we got beat by 30.
I don't care. He whine. His whole team whines, and I'm just not going to watch him. He's a baby. He needs to grow up. All right, several things we want to throw at you. Oh, by the way, the Rangers start next Thursday night at Philadelphia.
We got Evaldi starting,
Yeah.
and that's his, I think, third starting day in a row.
Your ace normally starts your season, but
And I don't
then
think it was it. I don't think he ever had starting until he did well for us in the
Yeah.
World Series, and now
we're
he
going to
earned
be the Rangers are going to be good this year. They play 3 in Philly to start the season, and then 3 in Baltimore, and then they come home. So
6 on the
we'll
coast.
see.
Yikes.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It'll be fun to watch. All right, few tarnations. You know what? I've been on Talarico now for a few weeks. I've written 2 columns. I wrote one yesterday about Talarico being really essentially Obama 2.0, in that he's following Obama's playbook. He is, despite being called Nazi, bald Nazi, and anything else you want to call me. Uh, James Talarico is Obama and white skin. I'm
Are we
telling you.
playing the clip?
We are. So Sammy's going to cue up the clip. For those of y'all that haven't heard the guy, my hat's crooked. haven't heard the guy do his shtick. It is. I'm telling you, the cadence may be a little bit different, but the calm, the measured, the articulation, the big words, blah blah blah, is done for a reason. And the reason is what I've been trying to say, in that he is really, as many have said, there are many have been after me about it, but there are many that have agreed that say this dude is demonic, and he's a same what was it?
Second verse, same as the
Same
first.
no, this same same devil, same different, same demon, different devil. Uh, when they describe Talarico compared to Obama. So let's hear this dude say some things. Yep.
We have, I think, heard more and more issues of animal welfare. I think not just because it's the right thing to do and the moral thing to do, but also it's, as all of you know, necessary to fight climate change. It is now existential that we try to reduce our meat consumption and that we try to respect animals in all aspects of society. And so I am proud to say that our campaign has officially become a non-meat campaign. So we are only buying vegan products from our local vegan businesses. Some of you may know Big Nona's. They were little Nona's, and then they opened up brick and mortar, so another Big Nona's. But we just got our pizza from there today. And so the point is that I think all of us, not just policymakers, but everyone has to take personal responsibility in this effort. We have, I think, heard more and more.
There you go. So there you have it. He's talking about just another in a list of subjects. In this case, he's talking about animals in the almost the pietous, or not pietous. I guess pietous is a good word. Deity of animals. I can tell you, three of us in here, and I'm happy to say I'll lead that charge. Love animals, particularly dogs, and but I love all animals. I'm not a PETA guy or anything like that. I'm not certainly not vegan, nor will I ever be. But Talarico is drawing a love for animals, a line from there, connecting it to climate change, and
Over connect the
and and
dots.
he uses existential, which just means it exists. It's a threat in his mind. It's absurd, and yet you hear all the robots clapping in the background. Those are people that are just mesmerized with the guy, just like Obama. Remember when Obama said, when he won the presidency, he came out and on stage in Chicago and said, "We are going to lower the tides. We are going to essentially calm the seas. We're going to fix the world." All that stuff. That's exactly what Talarico does, and it's makes me sick. And so I'm going to continue to call this out. That stuff might play in Chicago or in Boston or in New York City or San Francisco or whatever godforsaken place you want to mention, but it's not going to play in Texas.
You know, a good vocabulary is great when you're doing crossword puzzles, and it's great when you're doing um, anything as long as you use it correctly. But when I heard that, it made the hair stand up on my back. Existential,
Yeah.
existential. You know, and so I do a little research here, and basically, it it's experimental, objective, observational. It's empirical only if you can prove it. Otherwise, it's not empirical. And listen to these. Uh, listen to these synonyms: experimental, objective, observational, empirical, and it's an antonym is unempirical,
Yeah.
and it doesn't even fit into a sentence.
Yeah,
It's just
the left
big
uses it
man.
a lot, and climate change, so-called climate change, has predicted that by now, if you listen to Al Gore or John Kerry or AOC or any other of them, we should be underwater by now, or our beaches should have eroded by now, or the someplace in the world should be on fire by now, or I mean, and none of this, not a prediction, not one prediction of note that that anyone could say to me that has been made with respect to what used to be called global warming, but when they figured out that global warming
It's now
isn't,
climate change.
yeah, they started using climate change. None of that stuff has happened, and it's not going to happen. And so, but this guy is making a connection between reverence for animals, which I don't have any problem with that, to climate change, and as a result, everybody should be a vegan. Yeah,
Is James sick, or does he just choose to wear a mask
that was, I
24?
think, back when
Or was that like 2020?
yeah. So
Okay.
there are a lot of things coming out about Talarico that go back a few years. He came on the scene in terms of Texas politics in 2018. So there'll be more stuff that we'll have for you and that you will see elsewhere about the things that he said. And it's amazing to me.
I think he's choosing a lot of wrong battles, and we've seen him carve up the Bible with his interpretations, which don't really hold what do you call it?
Yeah, they
That
certainly don't hold water.
uh, and he's pandering to the interest group of the vegans. Well, I'm going to ask you: do you think there's more vegans or beef eaters in this state?
Well,
I'm
yeah,
going to ask you what what would be going vegan do to help the economy in Texas, and what would be banning beef do to the economy of Texas? This is a cattle raising state.
yeah, there are so many issues related to the positions that Talarico takes. And I wrote a column not yesterday, not yesterday's column, but a column last week about. I closed it by saying God's word is not flexible, and I've taken so many shots about that statement in and of itself that people are almost uh, stunned that I would say such a thing because they believe that God's word is moldable, is pliable, is the church of relativism, the meaning that you can make it fit whatever it is you're doing or the lifestyle you're living, when in fact that's God even tells us it is today, tomorrow, yesterday, it always will be God's word. And so Talarico has bastardized the Bible, if you might indulge me on that, by by twisting it all to pieces. And the people out there who believe uh, him uh, are are buying. I mean, they're believing him, so obviously they're buying it. But it's troubling when you hear a guy say, "Well, abortion is okay because the Bible doesn't talk about it." I don't want to beat that horse to death, but or that any there's six genders. If I ask James Talarico how many genders are listed when you get your driver's license, the only gender I know that's listed on any driver's license in this country is either male or female. There weren't and there aren't six to choose from that I know of. There might be an other, which is bizarre, but I don't even think that exists. It could, but there's so many holes in this guy's argument. If people would just stop, and people took the column to infer that I was every okay with everything on the right, which I'm not, particularly locally, and I've expressed that many times. But I'm willing to I don't have to agree because I already do it, but to critically think about anything that I see or read or hear, people aren't doing that with James Talarico. They're buying it hook, line, and sinker because it sounds calm, it's articulate, it sounds like a thoughtful guy. It says we ought to love the poor and all the. As I said in my column yesterday. It's not about ideological. He doesn't frame things in policy disagreements or policy uh, discussions. He frames everything as a moral issue. So it's always going to sound like, in my case, I'm the bad guy. He's the good guy because it's all about morals for him.
You know what else he's got going for him? He's a good dresser. Always see him looking good.
Yeah.
He's a handsome guy. At age 36, he is in the demographic to get a lot of prime people who don't always vote,
Yeah, I think that's why
but maybe he can
in
get them to
Texas,
vote.
a number of people have written me both just publicly and posting and commenting, but privately, and have said, Texas, you better please keep doing it because Texas has to get a hold of this. Because if Texas doesn't get a hold of it, James Talarico will end up on the national scene like Obama did. Obama was a state senator in Illinois
Yeah.
and then became a senator like just like Talarico's doing. It's exactly the same. Don't doubt me on that. Exactly the same steps, exactly the same pattern, exactly the same approach, exactly the same style. We know what 8 years of Obama produced, which we took steps backwards as a country in many, many respects. Uh, if Obama's philosophy was still in play, Iran would have a nuclear weapon. They would have already used it, in my opinion. We would be at each other's throat worse than we already are in terms of racism and because that was part of Obama's playbook. Uh, Talarico will continue to show us more of Obama as it goes along.
And I'm not hearing much of a stir lately about the Cornyn and Paxton, one of them dropping out and getting in
Yeah, there. I don't think.
unity.
I think the right now it stands that neither one are dropping out, and Trump has not endorsed either one of them. They're going to go for it. They're going to go for it in terms of the runoff, and it'll get nasty. But I don't. Doesn't matter to me which one. Well, it does matter to me, but uh, again, it could be Bigfoot uh, in the race, and if it's Bigfoot or Talarico, I'm choosing Bigfoot.
And
Uh,
maybe I overestimate the damage that can be done because kind of going where you're going. I think whoever wins, I think the Republicans will rally around saying, hey, bygones, bygones.
yeah.
Um, I could have accepted either one in the first place, and now I'm going to accept the one.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that, but I don't. I think there'll be some beating up of each other, but it's like in the responses to my columns, people get after me because again, they're inferring that in the absence of the column being about Paxton or Cornyn, that I'm in favor of Paxton's issues or whatever else, and I never even mentioned in either of these columns. I've not mentioned Trump, Paxton, uh, Cornyn. If I read Christian nationalism again, I'm going to just jump out my window. None of that stuff was ever said in my column. So it's this approach where I'm trying to examine and expose Talarico. Those who disagree with me, one, go on attack, bald Nazi, and that sort of thing. In addition to saying, well, what about Paxton? What about Cornyn? What about Trump? What about he's a pedophile? He's all these things. No proof of that, and so that's the response. It's not to say, well, let's take a. I mean, some have written and said, here's really what Talarico means, which to me it just exemplifies how effective Talarico is in convincing people that's the way he really is. I just it's baffling to me. Anyway, there you have it. I also want to mention there's a story out about Joe Kent. For those of you that don't know, Joe Kent was worked for what's her name, Tulsi Gabbard in the national security, intelligence, all that sort of thing in Trump's administration. This guy was a big time supporter of Trump a few years ago. He's long been known to believe that essentially destroying Iran was the right thing, is the right thing to do, that Iran would have nuclear weapons, they would use them, so on and so forth. Well, this guy, as some of you may know, for those of you that don't, just resigned, in doing so, left a resignation letter that kind of has blown up in the administration, citing that he believes what we're doing to Iran is wrong. And you're talking about the word existential, uses the word that Iran is not an existential threat. It's just bizarre to me what's going on. This guy, something's gotten to him, and because if there's anybody out there, I mean, I get that the left is going to, as they are proving to us, they're going to say Iran is not a threat. Iran is just a bunch of different people, leadership. I mean, it's amazing how much fondness has been found on the left for Iran. It blows. I mean, you go back to videos 10, 12 years ago, there are plenty of people on the left in DC that are talking about getting rid of Iran. And now that Trump's doing it, it's Iran didn't deserve any of it according to these folks. As I said to Jeff in prep, I think the Iranian people deserve to live as we do, and that they have been oppressed for far too long. We're gonna have a story in just a minute just to tell you how oppressed they've been, but these people deserve a chance to live freely. And if there was a way to segregate the citizenship of Iran from the regime of Iran, and we could do that so that civilians don't get hurt or killed, I would say let's do that and then bomb, destroy, annihilate, obliterate, whatever word you want to use, the regime over there. And between Israel and the United States, we're doing that. It's just taking a several weeks, maybe months, who knows? But it's just
What an empire of evil they had going. But I am still dumbfounded when I still hear about them shooting their
dirty.
drones
Yeah,
and
yeah.
their bombs and we keep like whack-a-moling
Hmm.
and it's another molehole. I
Yeah,
mean,
some
how many places do they have these
Yeah,
things
it
buried,
well,
you know?
obviously quite a few, and we're just going to continue. That's why it's dragging on. But it's only been 3 weeks. I mean, the left says this is a war that's going to end forever. Well, good grief, it's 3 weeks in, and there are little slimy, just whatever dude, dirty in the deep caverns of some place that has a button that he can push, sends drones up. And now they have these, they call them bomblets, which a drone will go up and drop a bomb that then drops all these little pellets, if you will. They call them bomblets that erupt and explode or whatever on the ground. And those are hard to, if you don't get the original mother load there before it drops all these little bomblets, then you got an issue. That will start to end too. It's just this Joe Kent guy says things. I just want to read to you the column that I'm reading. This is an opinion piece by David Marcus. Joe Kent represents to him an interesting kind of guy in America today. And here's what he says. This is Eric Erickson uh, that I'm about to quote, but David Marcus is the one who wrote the opinion piece. Quote from Erickson, there's a rule in conservative politics that a man is rarely to the right of his wife. Joe Kent lost his first wife in war and remarried a woman. His first wife was a conservative. He then remarried a woman who now works for a far left, anti Israel, pro Iran website. Kent should have never been appointed to anything in the Trump administration. So, what the argument here is that Kent has become this type of man in America that acquiesces or uh, foregoes his political beliefs to appease his wife, in this case, who is left on the left, and in her case, anti-Israel, pro-Iran. Uh, it talks about a video that Bill Maher had. Well, here's the question. So could it be that the far from the stereotype of brutish MAGA men uh, forcing their wives to vote for President Donald Trump, it is the liberal wives who are controlling the Overton window. There's a phrase for that's the name they've given this in the home, meaning the wife in his case, but in other many other cases, the argument is the guy is changing his position because his wife to protect his life and his marriage in a way. Uh, take the viral video from Bill Maher. We don't have the video, but says from a show this weekend in which actor Jerry O'Connell admits to being all but physically assaulted by his wife and daughters for slight criticism of Kamala Harris' last election night. After stating the obvious fact that Harris's campaign was, shall we say, lackluster, O'Connell dramatically told Maher, quote, without saying anything, they, his wife and daughters, became physical. They were filled with rage. He went on, he said, quote, yes, I live in California. I live with not one, not two, but three women who, if I made any kind of joke that they'd become very angry with me, you know. So he's got that kind of pressure in his home. Uh, Listen to this. Meanwhile, comedian Rob Schneider spilled um, some similar tea regarding rabidly anti-Trump late night talk show host Jimmy Kimmel and his wife's role in Kimmel's position. This, I believe, is Schneider. I cannot recall meeting a liberal white woman in the last decade who hasn't let me know, usually quite explicitly, exactly how they voted. But let's put that to one side. Sammy was over in my office this morning. We had what was obviously a liberal woman make a rather large post on my column, and every vulgar imaginative word you could come up with was in there, and she was using the asterisks and uppercase, lowercase, so that the
You knew what the word was?
algorithms, well, yeah, that too, but the algorithms wouldn't boot her off. So
Let me
it,
ask you this. Overall, look at all the marriages you've known,
yeah.
look at all the families you've seen. Would you say that more men are influenced by their wife's opinions than women's are by their husbands?
Well,
I kind of think so.
of the people in my circle of friendship, I believe are men who are self-confident, smart men, but also who have smart, self-confident women. Um, I'm certainly one of those guys in terms of my wife. Uh, we happen to agree on things. She's never put pressure on me to uh, not write this column or not take this position. I've never would suggest that she take this position or that position. She believes what she believes, and I trust her uh,
So that's your
ability.
story. Let's look at the big. My
So from a
question
bigger,
in the big picture,
that's what this is saying is that
I think it applies.
yeah, I think that there, particularly, I mean, if you happen to be a conservative in the Northeast or in California or in Chicago, a conservative husband who has a liberal wife, that's going to create a challenge. And I think in Texas, where it's far more conservative than liberal, despite all the purple blue stuff we hear about, um, I don't know how prevalent that is. But you know, if I were single, going back to my single days, I worked in Buffalo, I worked in Pittsburgh, I worked in Washington D.C. and in Baltimore, Cleveland. And I was as conservative as I am now, all those papers were significantly liberal, except in Washington D.C. Ironically, uh, and I were in the dating scene, and I knew the woman was liberal. I would stop. I would stop it right there
Right.
because it wouldn't be that I would change my mind. Quite the opposite. I would stop it right there because chances are I wouldn't try to change her mind. She sure as heck wasn't going to change my mind, and it would be conflict. I mean, I get these every comment, almost every comment from a liberal woman to a column that I write or to this show or any other effort I make or we make is dripping with rage and anger and nasty, vulgar. I mean, it is brutal,
Yeah.
and they're obsessed with it. And so I can only picture a liberal woman being that way,
Yeah.
which may be a little unfair, but that's what this guy's saying. That's what they are. And so if you're not a strong-willed guy, and let's say your wife is the wage earner, and she's telling you continue to put out that conservative stuff or be this or that or work for the Trump administration, we're done. Which may be the case here with Joe Kent. He's like, okay, wait a second, I'll change my mind and get out.
So one of my 5 random thoughts for today is the famed happy wife, happy life.
Yeah,
And nobody has I've never heard anybody say happy husband, happy wife.
yeah.
No.
No, you're right. You
No, and
haven't.
that's where that expression came from.
You're right about that. Sammy, if you'll cue up the Philadelphia airport video, please. There's a story out of Philadelphia, but I think it applies to most airports across the country. We know that the Democrats in Congress have taken every step they can to close down or defund or not fund DHS, which under DHS comes several law enforcement uh, entities, namely the TSA. It's not necessarily law enforcement. I guess it is. Uh, TSA, which if you fly, you got to go through to get on an airplane. Uh, uh, 50,000 people in DHS have been put out of work because of no funds to pay them, includes TSA. So TSA people, many of them are not going to work for nothing. They're leaving daily. They're not less and less show up. And so what you end up having is what Sam is going to show you on this video. And this happens to be in Philadelphia at the airport there.
The city of brotherly love.
Okay, there you go. that just gives you a sense of the mass hysteria and confusion and chaos going on in that airport. But again, it represents other airports in the country. The Philadelphia International Airport has a total of 6 main checkpoints, now with just half of those points open and operating. The longest, this is the Philadelphia Airport putting out their defense of what's going on at the airport. The longest wait time was 44 minutes at our DE departure. I don't know what E stands for, checkpoint, which opens at 3 a.m. The first checkpoint to open, said the person, 44 minutes long. As of 9 a.m., the longest wait time was at the airport's Terminal B checkpoint at 20 minutes. I don't know what Terminal B has. So far, 366 TSA officers have quit during the shutdown, while there was a national call-out rate of 10.2% on Sunday. That means 10% of what's left of them called up and said, "I
No
won't be
show.
there."
Yeah.
So I have heard in some airports that the wait is as long as 3 hours to be able to uh, get through security. For me, I'm not a good flyer because I'm impatient when it comes to that stuff, and I don't like the hassles. A 15-minute wait time would be too much, but I can't imagine anybody getting on an airplane today unless you absolutely had to fly somewhere because of these wait times. It's incredible. And shame on Congress for what's happening here. These jacklegs get paid, but they're okay with shutting down uh, cabinet departments and people not getting paid. It's
And
just
and I think
awful.
there's an irony to the fact that, and I can't believe that the liberal Democrats haven't gotten this word. They really did it because of ICE. But I heard, and tell me if this is correct, that ICE continues to be funded because they had funding in different caches or stashes already set up. So it's not actually affecting ICE funding, yet it,
Yeah, it's
but
true.
it's affecting funding of things
Yeah,
that
that's
really
true.
affect us.
That's true.
Yeah,
But TSA is a choke point
yeah.
in terms of how the country operates. And I just don't understand. If I were a congressman, which I'll never be, never, even if I were 24 years old today, I'd say I'd never be. Uh, I can't imagine saying, "Yeah, shut it down. I don't care if these people don't get paid." It's egregious. It's abhorrent, and uh, these folks that make this happen while they get paid ought to suffer the same consequences. Just burns me to pieces. We have more things on my little list here that I wanted to cover, but I want to take a second here to just address something that's going on locally. Um, there, uh, there are a number of people out there, and I'm not going to say much about this, but with respect to our county judge race and the candidates, there's a lot happening in this, and I'm always uncomfortable with allowing people that don't know what they're talking about to control the narrative. And I mean, obviously, you know that I'm opinionated. I'm not a journalist, never written a news story in my life, never will. But I share with you my opinions for whatever value you place on them. Uh, but our newsroom has a job to do, and that job is to make sure that when we tell a story, we tell it as fully and completely and as accurately as is possible. We do not drip out stories. We do not write headlines that are just for clickbait or whatever you want to call it. We really are only interested in telling a story in as substantive a manner as is possible. So right now, there is this discussion about what's going on with the candidates, Cameron Rayburn and Lane Grayson, with respect to county judge. I can assure you that if you will just let these things play out the way they're going to play out, we will then tell the story once we have all the facts. But I want to just mention a couple of things. Whether you're a member of the Ellis County GOP, Ellis County Conservatives, whether or not you're a friend of, say, a guy like Travis Smith, who ran for uh, this office. The county judge came in third of three people, didn't make the runoff. He made a 15-minute video that I've been made aware of. Uh, he made it last night or yesterday afternoon, um, and I have watched it, painful as it was. Please do not rely on that information. Travis is an angry guy. He got beat. He thought he was going to win hands down. He got beat, and I think he's incapable of listening to the message that comes that is embedded when you lose a race. He's lost a race for commissioner last year. He's lost a race for county judge this year, as it should have been, and now he's bitter and angry, and he's playing. He can't control how to respond to it, and so to get on a video and start spewing off what it is he thinks he knows, for people to rely on that is, I don't think, is wise. You can certainly rely on our newsroom. I won't have anything to do with those stories. It's uh, none of my work. It
Ballywick.
needs to be, yeah, it's not, I don't need to be involved in that. It needs to be straight news people that do that. And so we are doing that. Uh, we will learn more and we'll share it with you. And if necessary, and if it's right, then we will have at least one of the people involved on this show, and we'll take the full hour and just talk about it. We'll see. That's up to them, not up to us. But at some point, once we have all the information, we will be telling you the story at the appropriate time. But until then, don't fall for any narrative that you're hearing, particularly from a bitter loser in this race, because that is full of embedded anger, rage, bitterness, whatever. And Travis Smith's the last one to need to be that needs to be calling people out or calling people names. I have a whole list of questions that I'm happy to put before you that Travis should answer with respect to his job history, what he's done at what he did at the Texas Theater when it was being renovated, and so on and so forth. So if he wants to play that game, we'll play it. I don't think it suits him well, but once we have all the information, we'll share that with you in full. And again, hopefully have this show be a source of you hear it straight from the horse's mouth. So more to come on that later. All right, what do we got for a poem today?
Well, we cobble. This is, I think I did read it once. I wrote it after a family incident, actually. And I saw some great discord about this, and it troubled me. And I went back to my hotel room. I was up there taking care of my parents' estate, and it troubled me. And so I tried to put a little levity in it, but there's a lot of tongue in cheek, okay? And it's called Toilet Seat. It's where, excuse me, Toilet Seat, it's wearing me out. You're doing it wrong. Both genders shout. What is true depends on you. Seat up or down, folks heatedly expound. It's not just the seat, yep, the lid too. If it's right for you, for me it won't do. It's all about me, don't you see? Me first, you are the worst. People don't understand across every land. What works for one is not for everyone. What really seems sad to the 67-year-old lad is that how we do our biz when taking a whiz puts others into a tiz. Why this whole up or down can cause such a frown. If you don't do it right, you cause a big fight. There's no right or wrong. Let's try to get along. Do whatever you want to do, and I'll get along with you. Is it really a big trouble to move it up or down? Your really big frown is dragging me down. If you lived in the Ukraine, this issue would cause no pain. Any toilet would be a treat to have under your seat.
There you go.
Boom.
Toilet seat. All
Toilet
right,
seat.
day in history. What do we got?
Well,
Was it an easy one today or a hard one?
I
Not that
escaped
they're
with a
ever
seven
easy.
and one. I did have one double, and do a little math on one, and you should get that one too. Here we go. Nevada Governor Fred D. Balzar signed a measure that made the state the first to legalize gambling.
Gambling. 1879.
1930.
31.
Booyah.
We're starting in 1900s.
How'd you get that? And I'll tell you how I got one off of that.
I tried to say, okay, when would it become a state, and when would gambling need to be not need, but become popular. And I figured, well, maybe near the Depression years.
Yeah, I went kind of the other way. I'm going the Roaring Twenties,
Yeah, well, that's another way. Yeah,
but then
yeah,
did it actually happen in Depression? It's incredible.
yeah.
During World War II, more than 800 service members were killed when a Japanese dive bomber attacked the carrier USS Franklin near Japan.
45.
44.
Booyah!
Yes.
Sam's
Bonus.
Sam's really got his World War II
Yes, he
home
does.
down. I like to see the education and maturing of a young man.
Mm-hmm.
Archaeologist E. Lee Spence discovered the wreckage of the SS Georgiana, a Confederate ship that had sunk near Charleston, South Carolina, exactly 102 years earlier.
57.
64.
65.
Gosh.
Oh, man.
I got the bone. Texas Western, now the University of Texas, El Paso, UTEP,
Okay.
became the first team to start 5 black players in the NC2A basketball tournament's championship game. They defeated top ranked
North Carolina.
Uh, I don't Duke.
Kentucky.
Oh,
Oh, dang it.
I didn't get the bonus either. Uh, so anyway, 66, 5 black players.
1966.
1966.
1966.
You told us.
You said it.
Oh, oh, Jeffrey Michael. You know,
You said
Sam,
you said let's go 66.
you you've quit trying to milk it out of me, and I just spilled
You
the
didn't
beans.
voluntarily gave it.
Good work, guys. Way to listen. Oh gosh, televangelist Jim Baker resigned as chairman of the PTL. You know what that stood
Praise
for?
the Lord.
Praise the Lord. Praise PTL ministry organization amid a sex and money scandal involving Jessica Hahn,
Yeah,
a former church secretary.
I remember well. Just have to remember the years.
Were you a teenager?
No,
Oh, that helps me. I'll go 90. I'll go 90.
89.
87.
Yeah.
He was quite the character. He's back on the scene now in those circles. He's big into food prep and having, in case something, a war or famine or whatever. So he sells these big buckets.
Um, I struggled with this one after our conversation the other day about the Charlotte Bobcats,
Yeah,
right? Because now we got Michael Jordan again.
yeah.
Here we go. 17 months after announcing his retirement from basketball, Michael Jordan returned to play in the NBA with his former team, the Chicago Bulls. He would go on to win 3 more NBA championships alongside the 3 he and the Bulls had already won.
You probably know exactly when he did that. I'll do 98.
97.
95,
Oh, wow.
Okay.
and President George W. Bush, not H.W., but George W. Bush, announced in a televised address that coalition forces had begun an invasion of Iraq.
2006.
2002.
2003.
We're there.
You got some pretty good
Jeez.
records,
I
guys.
went
Didn't you?
undefeated today, 8-3.
8 and
I mean,
3,
I'm sorry, 8-0.
8 and
8
0.
and 0.
Tops my 7 and 1. Good
7 and
work.
2.
72.
No, I love that.
Thank
Okay,
God. Thank
boys.
God for your gift.
Um, eh, I'm going to share this because we have a couple minutes here before we get to our things that sound like BS. This is a funny story out of Florida, the Panhandle of Florida. The Panhandle has Destin, Fort Walton Beach, that whole line of really nice coast at the southern tip of
Panama
Alabama.
City.
Yeah, Panama City. The county down there is Walton County. The Walton County Sheriff's Department deals with spring break every year. And this year, in some ways, the genius, I think, but have decided to approach the arrest and all that of these college kids who are doing stupid things. They've taken it to a comical level, but a serious arrest, but making it funny. Uh, so here's an example. The sheriff's department has turned to a tongue-in-cheek scoring system to publicly shame the worst offenders of spring break behaviors, posting a leaderboard of NCAA college conferences while adding points for each police bust. So when they arrest you, somehow they determine or figure out, probably in just conversation, that you are a member of
Texas.
University of Tennessee or Texas or
Okay.
Alabama or wherever. So and then so they keep track of it. They add their little whippy notes to it or whatever, and they post it. I assume on Facebook, X, wherever. In this case, it says this is uh, one how they describe. Hold on there, Pistol Pete. This looks mighty familiar. Oklahoma State University has joined the chat. The Walton County Sheriff's Office posted to X, taking a jab at the school's mascot. SEC 0, Big 12 Conference 0, Walton County Sheriff's Office 4. So they made 4 arrests in that. The message we're trying to send is simple, the department said. If you're coming to Walton County expecting to negatively impact the quality of life for residents, you will be dealt with accordingly. That may or may not include an eviction, an arrest, or both. Property management companies are cracking down. In another post just one day later, the sheriff's office turned their attention to a group of unwelcome, now I have to verify this, but unwelcome University of Alabama students who had descended on another vacation rental in the area. Allow us to address the elephant in the room.
Oh my gosh.
The post said, once again taking a shot at the mascot. Yeah, Alabama evicted before 7 p.m. That's got to be a new record. According to the post, deputies were called to the Miramar Beach home by a property manager after 5 p.m. on Tuesday regarding an unsanctioned house party where no one inside was 21.
Oh my
They
They
asked
getting at it early.
they asked for a deputy to stand by while they evicted a group having a house party and probably playing Dixieland Delight too loud, the post said. Heading back to Sweet Home, Alabama before sunset must have been a tidal wave of emotion.
Goodness.
I got to finish this real quick. Hook 'em up, says Texas. Texas is on the board now, folks. The office posted about 4 college students from the Lone Star State. Mess with the bull, get the horns, the office said. And then regarding Ole Miss, which Ole Miss is known, you'll see hoodies and shirts that say SIP, Mississippi, short for Mississippi. They're also known, their phrase is hotty toddy. It says, the post said, so here's your friendly reminder. There's no hotty toddy in the jail lobby. So I thought that was pretty funny the way a sheriff's office
That's good.
went handling things. All right. Are we ready for true facts that sound like BS?
Born ready.
See how you
Ready.
boys
Born ready.
do. I have not been keeping track of how well y'all are doing. I need to do that.
Yeah.
True or false? When you receive a kidney transplant, the doctors usually leave the original bad kidney inside of you. True or false?
Huh?
Huh?
When you receive a kidney transplant, the doctors usually leave the original kidney inside of you.
To die? Like for the kidney to just die? I'll say true.
I'll say false.
The answer is true. A surprising number of people are walking around with 3 kidneys. The old kidney is only removed if leaving it in poses a specific
kidneys.
danger to the patient. So Sammy got it right.
Oh yeah.
So anyway,
In last
you got Ofer.
No, I got it right and he got it wrong
Okay, so it's
last week.
2-1. All right, so there you have it. Thank you for being with us today. Our sponsor of the show is right here, Maggie Moo from Hoosier Custom Meats, HOOSER Custom Meats in Italy, Texas. They raise their own cattle, produce their own beef, and make it available for purchase. It's good, good, good stuff. So if you're in the market for great farm-raised produced meat, go to HoosierCustomMeats.com, 903-688-1446.
And I've
Thank you.
never turned our closing statement into a commercial, but I'm going to tell you one thing. I gotta believe that Hoosier, they do make it a great day for anybody who comes in there,
Yeah, I'm
and
sure.
I gotta believe they put a smile on everybody's face.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There you go.